time. I've just checked. I don't think I was talking. So, welcome again to FFTV, everyone. Everyone's already in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it's good to see, like I say, a few people waiting already. That's what we're saying. Yeah, I had to just check Hendon Guna, that the mic was on. Thankfully, I wasn't speaking forever and it wasn't on. Is it working now? Give me a thumbs up. Is it working now? Let me know. I'm waiting. It must be working now. It must be working now. So, welcome everyone. Yep, thumbs up, Devon. There we go. There we go. Hope everyone is doing well. Another great day. I know it's not exactly sunny, but weather is all good, and it looks like the mic and everyone is all good. Welcome everyone. Joe, Hendo, Buenos Aires, Guna, Kashoy, Hendo, Alan, Jansen, Ashton, Tony C. Great support. All you Guna, everyone is in the building. Really do appreciate it. And today, I think it's one of those rumors that everyone keeps talking about it, that this Maddison thing doesn't go away, and Ødegaard. And they're comparing to two. So I thought we'd just get it out there because I've seen a lot of other couple of YouTubers, mention no names, really been a little bit disrespectful towards Ødegaard as well. And I think it's just maybe a lack of insight, of lack of knowledge, or maybe subconscious bias. Just don't like the player. So I thought it was good that we run over, get everyone else's thoughts in the building as well. Really do appreciate that. So, yeah, if you've not already, because I know there's a couple of new people, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And the fee today, everyone, is just give me the thumbs up. That is the fee today. So we're going to speak about Maddison. This guy. Let me get him up on the screen so we can have a good look at this guy. This is the guy, James Maddison, what a lot of Arsenal fans want in the building. And I can see why. I've got to be honest, I can see why people want him in the building. For me, good player. Really did well at Leicester. Fell out with Brendan Rodgers a little bit. I think he's got one of those things where he dresses a little bit different. He's got a little bit of swag about him. So instantly people question his attitude away from the game, which I just think that's a little bit harsh sometimes. You know, if he's producing on the pitch, which he was, he kind of lost his way a little bit under Brendan Rodgers. But I just think that the price that has now come out for 70 million, is it a little bit too high? I mean, I know a couple of other people on YouTube are saying that they think 70 is too high. I mean, Sancho went for maybe 73. There's going to be add-ons, and if you put Sancho's stats against Maddison's, albeit they are in different leagues, I understand, and albeit one was playing for the second best probably team in Germany, and Maddison was playing for the 4th, 5th, 6th team in England. So I do get that, you know, the price difference, but 70 million, I just don't know. There's something quite not right. I know the market is crazy for me. The market is absolutely crazy with me. But I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna go into the chats and that. Just because I'm not sure. Everyone's here muted. I'm back online, all working. Big up everybody. So let's get to the chats. Devon's put Ødegaard is rubbish. Don't go near him. You see, I think he was the best player when he came to Arsenal. He had a little spell where he went off the boil, but I just thought people weren't on his wavelength. So it's interesting what people do see. It really is. Obviously, straight away, Ashton's put how. Martin has put 70 mil. No thanks. Give me Ødegaard all day. Now, we'll get to that. I'm just going to go through your comments because I like to get as many as we can. Ødegaard too lightweight for the Prem, whereas Maddison is Premier League proven, but too steep at 70 million. Ødegaard and Max Aarons for that 70 million, way better business. Good point. What do you mean? How is he not Arsenal level? Would he get into any of the top 6? I think he was too good for Arsenal, which sounds really weird. Because if you had a look at him very, very closely, the way that he played, some of the passes and some of where he wants to pick up the ball, they couldn't find him and they didn't get on the other end. Now, maybe Real Madrid is too high for him, but the competition, and he seems to like Arsenal quite a lot. But we'll go on to Ødegaard. Ødegaard is a baller. Mistake 70k is too much for me. Divan again has put something in the way on my screen. Ødegaard is where are it? Is rubbish. He wouldn't get in any top 6 team. Open your eyes and stop accepting mediocrity. See, I think he's better than us. And when he played for us, he showed that he was better than us. So yeah, but I get people's argument. Sometimes people maybe don't like the style of play. Alan's put Leicester going to play hardball and overpaid for White. Exactly. He got Pereira's the one for me. For 15 million, is well worth a punt 100%. Maddison's too expensive. If Leicester want Nathan Miles, stamp 30p price tag on him. Prefer Ødegaard. Has the Ozil-like brain. Very clever player. Jansen's put 70 is a bit too much. Wouldn't want to pay no more than 60 to 65. Devon's put these Arsenal fans open your effing eyes. I've got to disagree, Devon, that Ødegaard is such a baller. And I think some of the players just weren't on his wavelength. I really do. I really, really do. Some of the passes, etc. Maybe some people just don't like the style of play, but I'm not too sure. But like I say, we'll go a little bit more in depth to it when we get to it. Go through a few comments. I think you're underestimating his potential. Ashton is saying, Devon, so you need to learn ball. Your knowledge is clearly lacking. Even 65 is a little bit stretch. Jansen is saying, Devon, Ødegaard wouldn't get into any top 6. I don't think he would get. He'd get in Leicester. He would get in. He wouldn't get in anywhere in the top 4. But then again, if he was to play in a top 4 team, then you would see a completely different Ødegaard. At times, I think that's just my opinion anyway. Tony's put, I agree, 70 million is too much for Ben White at 50. Al Jaffe, AFC, stop accepting mediocrity. I think Ødegaard is better than Arsenal. So if we got him in, he's better than what we've got. You know, people are talking about ESR. ESR is nowhere near as good as Ødegaard. But, you know, only time will tell. Talk Amuse put, big up, bro. Hope you're well, mate. Endo's put, your question as to why Real Madrid are letting him to go. Listen, there's no shame in being letting go by Real Madrid. You have a question why Real Madrid are willing to let him go. Ødegaard is a good player. No wonder Real Madrid are letting him go. He's rubbish. Get Maddison. Ødegaard is good, but I think we need more of a goal scorer in camp. They're completely 2 different players, and that's what we're going to go into. You're only watching Maddison because saw him score 1 or 2 free kicks. Stop acting. Maddison has never experienced the type of pressure Ødegaard has been handling for 50. No, I don't watch him. His quality levels above Martin Ødegaard. Ødegaard has the same players around him each week. He will come good. Mr. PKA has put, I agree, Fran. MO11 was ahead of our players in terms of football and vision. It was different league, but people just couldn't see it because it looked like sometimes he would waste the ball, and he did go missing in games, but that's because the players around him. We talk about this Paul Pogba thing all the time. People are, and I argue. So sometimes you do have to have better. Ozil, for example, perfect example. How am I giving my opinion on Ødegaard? Yeah, opinions are always welcome here, Devan. Always welcome. Ødegaard seems like he's only limited to that 10 role, hence why ASR was pushed out wide. Ødegaard can only play in a 10 for me. Only. And that's the problem. When you're only a 10, your game time and your career is quite limited. Pereira's at West Brom might be a better deal and they have money. Pereira for me all day. Ødegaard over Maddison. No chance, Devon. Devon's, I ain't troll. I don't think Ødegaard is good. Hey, listen, let everyone in the chat, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So if Devon thinks he's not good enough, that's entirely up to him. And we obviously we must respect everyone's opinions in here. No lie, I'm giving my opinion as Fran. I'm here every stream giving my opinion. Of course, that's what we're here for. So no animosity towards everyone in the community. Ødegaard is sort of the player that you plan your midfield and attacks around. He can make passes that most midfielders don't see, like Ozil did. Chris has put, great point. I didn't say he's worth 70 million. Why are we worrying about the price of Maddison when it's not our money? Arsenal have made us all into accountants. Des put, big up everyone. That's right. I'd pay about 55 million for Maddison. Get rid of him. Get rid of the CDM and centre mid. Ødegaard played for us when our attack wasn't performing. Might look a lot better if he played with Abba was in form. I think Ødegaard. Al Javis put, I think Ødegaard would cook at right CM. Maddison hip injury is a trouble. Mudbudder's put. Who else? Oyuguna has put, I think Maddison is worth 70 million. Okay. Why is ESR in front? And medical, big up Devon. Right. So Everyone's had a little bit of say. It looks like we've got some mixed opinions in the chat, which we love over in the community, which we love. So here's my take on it. Everyone. Ødegaard and Maddison, I don't know why they're in the same sentence, but they are at the moment because whatever the media, the fan base, whoever it may be, YouTube channels have put them in. So I thought, right, let's elaborate on this and let's go into what we actually need. So Ødegaard, 50 million for me for Ødegaard, looking at his pedigree, looking at what he can become, looking at where he's at the moment. I think 45 to 50 million for me. When you're looking, we've just paid 50 million for Ben White. I think 45 to 50 million is a good deal for Ødegaard. Okay, because if he blossoms, he's worth 100. He's worth 110 if he gets a good team and he blossoms. Okay, but it's all ifs and buts, as we know. That's football. Okay, so I would get him if we can get him, because we need a 10 and a creative midfielder more than any other position on the pitch. That's my opinion. If we look at the way we are, if you look at the way that we might line up, we might have Lokonga, Partey, and ESR. That is not getting top six. It's not getting top six. We need a holding midfielder as well, a Neves or a War, if he can come and go short and do 50, 60-yard, sprays all over the pitch. And then we need an Ødegaard or a Sabitzer, as RU Gunner has put in there. I get it. There's many options. Do we need a James Maddison? Because I'm not sure that we do need a James Maddison. If everywhere else on the pitch is clicking, do we need any more? Let's be honest. 8 goals and 5 assists ain't no great shakes, is it? Let's be honest. For an attacking player, 8 goals, 5 assists is his best season in the Premier League. When I say it like that, you're thinking, well, wait a minute, 70 million for when he was in his peak form for Leicester, he got 8 goals in Premier League and 5 assists. So when I say it like that, you might be thinking, oh, I'm not sure about that. Now, Ødegaard is not that type of player. Ødegaard will get you more than 5 assists a season, let's be honest. If he has everyone else in form in front of him, he gets that. But I don't want to compare the two because they're two different types of players. Maddison is a 10. He's not going to be as good as Ødegaard. And Ødegaard in a Maddison's role, he's not going to be as good as Maddison. Now, as Devon said, he has been injured at times, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. But if we're going off stats, it is what it is. It is what it is. And people love to go off stats. I'm not a massive stats man. Because it can be misleading in both ways, in my opinion. But for me, Maddison is not going to be one who's going to stay central. He's going to look to get the ball off whoever's breaking lines, because at the moment we've got no one to break the lines. What Maddison is, he will get it, he will drive, similar to, suppose, ESR, but brings a little bit more than ESR, in my opinion. So who do we need more? I think we need a creative midfielder more, because if ESR gets injured or if ESR goes off dip like he has done, and he's only had half or 3/4 of a decent season in his whole career, he's still young. Fear may come in, expectations may come in. Who's going to create it? Who's going to create anything? Now, you've seen Ødegaard, the amount of chances that he creates. Now, only classed as an assist when someone finishes. We couldn't finish our dinner last year. And the amount of chances that he created on slipping the ball through, we can't finish. It's like when if Maddison puts a cross in, it's not classed as an assist. If Aubameyang trips over his backside and puts it over the bar. I get that. That's why stats for a little bit. But for me, what do we need? What do we need more? Do we need a creative midfielder? May not be Ødegaard, maybe a Sabitzer. Okay. Do we need a CDM, a Neves, a War? People have talked about Basuma, but he's not the one who's going to create. He's not going to break the lines. He's not going to spray 60, 50, 60-yard balls to change attack, defense to attack. Or do we need a winger who potentially, great season, he might get 10 to 12 goals. I'll give him that, okay? And he might assist 8 or 9, yeah? May assist a bit more. What position do you think we need? So for me, I think 70 million for Maddison. I don't think it's out of the price range. I've got to admit, looking around what's going on, I know Sancho went for that, and I know the market's a little bit crazy at the minute. We don't really know what's going on. He's gonna cost a lot of money. He's gonna be at least 150 grand, maybe. Do you think? I'm not sure what he's on at Leicester, but he may be on more, but probably not, because he came obviously through into Leicester from obviously lower. So it could cost a lot of money in wages and a big fee. And maybe Arteta's thinking that's a marquee signing. I think there's a lot more in the camp that out there that we can get, but I'm just not sure that I would spend that amount of money when we need a holding midfielder and a creative midfielder to really help us. Because if we get Maddison and we don't get a creative midfielder, or we don't get a holding midfielder, as in one who can spray the ball around, you say just in front of the back four, Maddison won't even get the ball. So interesting, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's have a look at your comments, because there's loads flying in. Really do appreciate it. Good numbers today. Sabitzer, Martin All, he's saying Sabitzer loves a fire. That guy D saying big up Fran, big up to yourself. Devon's put no top club messed about. Look at United people. Banter, they got Varane and Sancho quick. No messing about. Act like a big club. Get these players done quick. Same old Arsenal. Yeah, we're just not a Man United. Unfortunately, we're not that level no more. It is what it is. As bad as it kills me to say that, we're just not at that level. And I think we have to change our mindset to understand that we are mid-table, and only when the backers and the owners start wanting to invest top four money will we then get a top four manager. Actions put, Chris Wheatley says that we get Ødegaard 35 million. It's not like Maddison is double the player. No way. If we get Ødegaard for 35 million, snap his hand. You got Ødegaard, Pereira, and Neves. That's what I'd go for. Obviously, he was telling me that Devon was saying that he was injured. Fair play, but I also think he fell out big time, didn't he, with Rodgers? I don't know the actual story. Pereira last season got 11 goals and 6 assists in 33 games, and Maddison got 8 goals and 5 assists in 31 games. And Pereira was in the worst team going. So, yeah, it's interesting. Would you nasty? Greetings, as always. Devon, Maddison offers us goals from midfield. Ødegaard doesn't. Like I say, Ødegaard can't do what... It looks like I've gone off here. It looks like the camera was unplugged. I'm not sure what's going on here. I hope you can hear me. I think... Can you hear me? Can everyone still hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me. It looks like my camera has packed up, which is not good. My camera has packed up. Can you still hear me, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me, which is a bit of a nightmare. Let's have a look, see if I can. Can you still hear me? Lost the camera, yeah. Let me have a look. Something's gone wrong with the camera. Can I? Can you hear me? No, right. We'll have to go on the old laptop. It's gone. The camera, for some reason, which normally charges itself, has not charged. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you're still there, everyone. You're back. Yeah, we've had to change the cam. I've had to go on to the Mac cam. So sorry about the visuals. For whatever reason, the camera has gone off. I think it was absolutely dead, even though it should be charging through, obviously, the systems and that, but it's not charging. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm back. Can you hear me? Ødegaard, captain. Sorry about the visuals. It's not our quality. This is what I don't like. When you have to go on the Mac cameras, I'm not happy. Make sure you let me know. Buenos Aires just put, Fran, you forgot to pay the bill. I'm back now. I'm back, but I've had to go on the webcam, which I don't like. Poor quality, the webcam, even though they're on the brand new Macs. Honestly, bad cams. Sam Johnson, Endon Gunners put James Johnson, Pereira from West Ham will be a no-brainer. Mid-table, but still better than the Spuds. Yeah, we know Spurs, they're having a nightmare. Think Nevers might end up at United, probably a deadline day move for Aurora incoming. Sorry. It looks like we're going to we need to do some business. I tell you what, if we don't do no business, we are in serious trouble, in my opinion. I think we are in serious trouble. I really do. Power cut or nuclear attack. I hope it's not the latter. I hope it's not the latter. Yeah, so sorry about the camera. I've got a thing about obviously trying to get the right and the like text. As you can see, the difference just by changing the camera, it's a little bit of a nightmare, but we will carry on, people. We will carry on. Not good. Ødegaard is also captain for Norway. I didn't know that. Plan B worked. Super creative. That was quick. What'd you do, Nasty? Elite Alpha Male has put, of course, players are high value, but 35 million Ødegaard, 6 months experience, 4 contributions. Maddison has more experience in the league and the set piece taker. What we need also scores and assists. Like you say, goals and assists are good. Don't get me wrong. I think they're good. Would he play? Where would he play? Where would you tell me? Where would Maddison play for us? Which is interesting. Would you play him central? You know, where would you play him? For me, I think we've already got the goals if we get more creative and a little bit more solid with our foundations, if you know what I mean. Jansen's put, yeah, we can hear you. Franny, that's fine, no problem. You know, I don't like to disappoint with the tech. Quality is fine. My fear is it will be Aaron Ramsey on loan transfer deadline. We don't need that now, do we? We're moving like there's no pressure on them. That's what worries me. I know, 100%. 100%. Would you notice, are you a perfectionist? I just like things to be as best as they can be. So whether it's the cam, whether it's the mic, whether it's always look to try and improve. And I think when people tune in and watch, I think the quality should be right. I really do think the quality should be right. So we will see. Devon's put Fabregas. That ain't me. That's a fake account. Which one? I don't know which. I don't know which is the fake. Which is the fake one, Devon? Which is the fake one? That is interesting. They're exactly the same. That ain't me. Which one's not you? Cut to me quick. The camera on board Mac seems okay. Okay, I don't know what it looks like. Let's get a little bit more lighting. Can we get a little bit more lighting in this joint? Maybe we get a little bit more lighting. I'm not too sure. We'll use it that one. Devan, where are we? Jafe's put, we should pick up Awar, Ødegaard, Max Aarons, all 90 million. Be 3 good signings, that would. Nick X Core 75 was put, and my wife's coming. Babes, the camera died. Do you know why? Oh, I'm on here now, so it looks all right. There you go. I'm just checking what it looks like on there. Chris has put left midfield. Devan's put fake account of me, Fran, block him. I need to know which one. Old-fashioned inside forward. Go on, you're showing your age there, Chris, with the old-fashioned inside forward. Devon, Spider-Man meaning coming. FFF. Yeah, I can't swear, Devon. Fran, just hid both accounts so I can make a new one. Right, I don't know what's going on. Someone's spamming, it seems, Devon. It's the one that said Fabregas on loan. Okay. Here we are. Camera quality is good. Okay, fair enough. Don't worry, Devan. Wow. How are people making fake accounts of me? Hey, you must be popular. You must be more popular than me. We can buy a right back and pay off Kolasinac and El Neni instead of... the only problem is if we get rid of them, you know, Joe, we're going to have no players. We're going to have no players. We're really going to have no players. Let me go back and let's help. Here we go. Let's help. Right. I hope that is the right one. I hope that's the right one, Devan. I've just blocked one for you. Just blocked one. I think we might have someone famous in the chat that if Devan's getting cloned. Elite Alpha looks fine for me. Camera, etc. Are you Guna? Most likely the one that said Fabregas, Fran. Yeah, I think we've sussed that one out. Abhishek has popped in. He's put, unpopular opinion, the biggest struggle for Arsenal will be score goals. Other than Abba, there is no one else who guarantees 15 to 20 goals. Can't see how Arsenal score around 60 plus goals. I've got to admit, it's not exactly great. We're not exactly great in front of a goal, and also we're not exactly great at creating chances. So we've got a lot of work to do. We really, really have got a lot of work to do. Adjusting the light is nice, right? I'm ever so happy that we could manage to improvise from our traditional camera straight to the Mac, and the lighting is okay. Absolutely buzzing that it's still okay, and we've not lost any viewers. So bear with me. That'll be charged for the next stream as always. Alan's put, ask which one likes Ødegaard. That will sort the imposter out. Yeah, that would sort him out. Would you know, Mrs. giving you the thumbs up even good? Yeah, that's not good. It's my beautiful wife's birthday tomorrow. So unfortunately, as much as I love you, I do love my wife more. I'm sorry. So tomorrow there will be no stream. Ashton's put, that's the right one. Thank the Lord. Chris has put, get a camera with Voigtlander lens. Superb images. Okay. Camera that we've got is a Sony ZV-1. ZV-1. I think it's like a decent camera. My missus recommended it, told me everyone uses it. And I have seen one where you can get an detachable lens. So I'm not sure whether you can get that. And I'll look that up, because I do like the lens can give you a little bit of a wider. And Aguna, they never learn, always going into season unprepared. Fake account already. I know. Hey, we must be growing. We must be growing, everyone. If some people are getting fake accounts and we can't read every message, which is great. We must be growing. We really must be growing. Spot on Abhishek. Our midfield failed to contribute goals last season. It's a big problem. Huge problem at the moment. We only have Lokonga when African nations begins Partey, and then the Abba Pepe worries me. Good point. Very, very good point. That is a very good point. Joe's put, there is no struggle with Eddie. He's playing. Oh my God. Eddie will be on the phone. The thought that Ronaldo is still at the club and he's on 40 grand a week. Could not believe it. Buenos Aires Gunas put Reactive FC as what they say on Curtis's channel. Jeffrey's put, hey, Fran, how are you? What did I miss? You missed that we lost our camera and we've got to use the Mac camera. That's what you missed. And Devon had an imposter. Hickey Berkey for tomorrow, Fran's missus. Yep. Big appreciate. Everyone's saying happy birthday to the wife. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate that. Fran, you need to make mods. Fake account gone now. Yeah, I think we will have to start getting mods. You know what? I did not think that we would have to get mods probably so quickly. I didn't really think about it, but we may have to get a couple of mods to block a couple of people, because sooner or later, I know we're going to have people in the chat, some people in this world that just, I call them pencil necks, where they want to do the opposite exactly to what you want to do. Which is unfortunate, the world that we live in. People don't want to become part of a really positive and great community that we've got, and we will get people who are trying to spoil our vibe, no doubt about that. Lily's put thoughts on Palace signing Gallagher on loan. I think it'll be a good move. Like I said, Palace are making some good moves. Puts pressure on Vieira, though. And this lot making some mistakes. As last regime, we got rid of Ozil, only to sign Willian on ridiculous wages. Yep. Happy birthday to the wife, Nick X Cole. Appreciate that. Thank you. Ashton's put, he's back. I'm back. Blocked the fake account. There you go. We've done it. Big up, Fran. Hope you well. Thank you, Jonathan. Wax Talks put, what's your advice for people starting a YouTube channel? It's very interesting that that's a very privileged, and I'm probably, a little bit touched that you've asked me that. I really am, because I used to ask people when I first started, and what was funny is I was asking, obviously, my good friend Curtis, and Curtis just turned around to me and said, Fran, you told me to start YouTube and you told me what to do. So I actually, told Curtis at the beginning, go for it. This is what you need to do. And I wasn't on YouTube then. So then when I went to ask Curtis, he just said to me, Fran, well, just take the advice that you told me. And for me, it's find what you love talking about. Be yourself. Be yourself. There's people who've got YouTube channels who swear, who are ignorant, who are lack of education, who are immoral, live the wrong way. And they've got tens of thousands of subscribers, because there's always going to be people that like you and want to listen to you. We live in a world which is, diversified to the max. So love what you do. Go on there and just talk. Just talk about the things that you like and be consistent. That's what Curtis told me. And I know I've got a very good book here. I'll get it in. I always like to get a book in. The Compound Effect. It's a very good book. And it's basically saying that, like when we build a muscle, we have to keep doing it for it to gain traction. And at first, you won't get any. We're not at 1,000 yet. We're not at 1,000 yet. But we're not looking at the numbers. We're looking at the content we can bring to our community. That's what we're bringing. So we will get there, and you will get there. That's the only advice I can do. Consistency. Block the fake account, friend of mine. He just referred to Ashton. Okay. Franny, you're going to grow numbers. That's the plan. We just keep going and try and build a community amongst ourselves, and then we start adding things, don't we? The fake Devon just referred to Ashton. Okay, did he? Let's have a look. God, I can't even go back. We've got that many. Fran, just make me a mod so I can block this guy. Okay, we'll talk about it. Here we are. I'm the real one, man. Has a fake account. Oh, someone's after Ashton. Someone is after Ashton. We're just gonna. I'm not sure what we're going to do here, people. Keep it real. I'm watching. No problem. Yax, thank you, bro. Super advice you gave Curtis, and he shared the same. Yeah, it was good. You know, you got to look after people. Elite Alpha Males put, starting a YouTube channel consists, get a good cam, mic, fun, personality, entertainment. Very good point that the first thing that I made sure I got was a decent camera and a mic and your lighting, because there is so many channels out there now that which are old that they just use their laptop. And their subscribers are just going to slow right down, and everyone else is going to overtake them. So, you know, put your love into it. Put your love into it. Let's go back to the football anyway. Bernie M's put, we buy Maddison and Leicester spent half that money on Ødegaard. Can you imagine? Mr. Bungles put, trust the process, everyone. Fran, loving the channel, onwards and upwards, and appreciate what you're doing. Pleasure's all mine, everyone. Chris has put, Shakespeare, Hamlet, this above all, to your own self be true. You can thence not be false to any man. Chris, great. That's all I can say. Absolutely great. You definitely deserve more subscribers. We will get there, Nick X-Core. We will get there. Devon's put, I don't even know this imposter. We don't know who's the imposter. We don't know who's the real one is. All you gooners put, the real Devon Sahata, don't comment in the chat. Yeah, there you go. Don't comment in the chat, the real one. Some people have nothing better to do. Yeah, unfortunately, Buenos Aires is going to put, you know, you hit prime time when you fake accounts. Exactly. Right then, people. So we've been going for 32 minutes. We've tried to get as much comments as we can, which is great. So Ødegaard. Let's think about it, right? For me, who would you rather spend the money on? A lot of people in the chat are saying Sabitzer. A lot of people were saying Pereira. I think the team that we are building, we've got Ben White. He's a ball-playing centre-back, which we need. So we've got Ben White. We do need someone. So we're going to have, for example, Ben White, Gabs, Chambers at the moment, Tierney, and then at the moment you've got Lokonga, Partey, ESR, okay, and then your front three picks itself really. Saka, Pepe, probably Aubameyang. So we need someone who's going to get the ball, because the way Arteta wants to play, right? The way Arteta wants to play, he wants to build his philosophy like City. That's he's Spanish. He's learned a certain way. The Spanish, as kids, they play a certain way. That's his philosophy. We did not have the players last year, and Ødegaard and Arteta was questioned whether he was the man to take Arsenal where we need to be at. We have to judge him now on this season. He actually did okay towards the end of the season. But now he's managed to get rid of some players. He's going to get his own players in. And now we have to really judge him. This is a little bit like, I think, like Manchester United, where they're really going to go for Ollie at the moment this season. If they don't win the league or the FA Cup or whatever, get far in the Champions League, I think United, the fans will just get rid of Ollie because they want him out anyway. And with Arteta, if we don't finish in the top 6, or we have a bad run, people will be screaming to get rid of Arteta. I understand that, people. I understand that. Sorry, I keep looking at the camera that's normally on rather than the camera that we've got to use now. So my apologies. I think we need more players in and around the squad. And I think we spend 50 million on White, 70 million on Maddison. Are we relying on those two to make the big difference? I think we need more personnel in the team. I mean, what do you think? Because I think we need probably 4 players to get us challenging for top 6. I think we need 4 players, you know? Mr. PK's put very professional setup already, Fran. No problem. Like it. You know, we will add to it if needed. And Endon Gunners put, Leicester will probably spend the Maddison money on Pereira. you know what? I've not seen a lot of interest from Pereira, only overseas, Middle East teams, etc., which surprises me a little bit because I thought he was great last year. Ødegaard, definitely. Al Jeff would go for road to 1K. That's what we're on. I think we're about 120 away. One of the biggest challenges we face in getting rid of the deadwood at Arsenal due to the high wages we pay are our players. You can't get rid of them. That's the problem. You know, for example, Nick, if you're at, like you say, just say you're at JD Sports and you're getting 10 grand a week at JD Sports. No, let's be real. You're getting 500 quid a week, you know, at JD Sports if you're general manager or whatever it will be. And, you know, they want to get rid of you and Sports Direct want to give you 400 quid. You're not going to go. You're going to sit on your contract. You're going to sit on your rights and you're not going to go. And that's the problem that we have. We have no sellable assets at the moment. We have no sellable assets, which is a big problem. Big problem. Chris has put Ødegaard all day. If we want a midfield attacking instead of thinking, get Aouar, both cheaper than Maddison. Yeah, I mean, you could get Aouar and Ødegaard probably for the same price as Maddison. And that's a better deal all day, let's be honest. Fran, have you heard of Cop Miners, I think, or Miners from the Dutch League? Helped AZ Akmar to third as their captain. Great stats and goal output. No, I haven't. I really haven't. Got to be honest. I really haven't. My knowledge on the foreign leagues, a lot of times, I don't play, you know, PS or these games and that. I know a lot of the young ones got great knowledge because of Football Manager. That's where I used to get my knowledge from when I was young. And then the FIFA games, I don't now. So, you know, Lily's got some great knowledge on foreign players. A lot of people in the chat have got some good knowledge on the foreign players. So I'll look out for the name, but I'm not at the moment. And Martin's put, we have Willian. I know it's amazing, isn't it? How good was Willian before he came to Arsenal? He was dying out a little bit, but still the quality that he had, I really thought he would do well at Arsenal. Just not worked out for him. Next put, I would take Aouar and Basuma and Ødegaard because they would basically be what Maddison cost alone. I mean, let's think about it. Aouar apparently is going to be like 25. Ødegaard you might get for 35. So, you know, we're talking 70 there. And Basuma, you know, it might cost you 100 million for those three. Then wages, that's your only thing. I just put West Ham and Leicester are interested in Pereira. Good player, very good player. Buenos Aires has put, there will be a huge pressure on Arteta from day one, especially when the manager of the stature of Anton and Conte is still available. There'll be pressure on him straight away. If we lose to Brentford, all of a sudden, everyone's going to come out. Arteta out. Get him out. We've just lost to Brentford. It's disgusting. Because, yes, don't get me wrong, we should not be losing to Brentford. But it's the first game. It could take you 5 games to get going. But if we don't hit the ground running, Arteta's in trouble. Will they sack him? No, I don't think they will. Tony C's put, definitely need more players. We are too slow to do our business. We're so slow. Gotta go from. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up all you Guna. Really do appreciate it. Big respect for you coming in. Hope what you're doing is exciting. Bueno is a cracking player. He's finished yesterday and many people don't mention him. I think he got mentioned today by someone. Cop Miners or Miners is rumored to be to Atalanta. Great playing midfield. I'm going to check him out straight after this. Chris has put, if Leicester are interested in Pereira, then Maddison to Arsenal is probably already sorted. Good point. Normally the case. What happens a lot of the time in football, everyone, is one deal can't happen until 2 other deals behind that happen, or sometimes 1, but sometimes it's 2 other deals happening behind the scenes. And that's why we struggle to get them over the line. It looks like Arsenal don't have the pulling power. I also think we don't think we're ruthless enough when it comes to business. As a lot of you already know, I was a football agent for 3 years, and it's a ruthless business. And that's the one thing I didn't like about it. The fact that you really have got to sometimes, you know, walk over your grandma to get a deal done. And I didn't like it. It was immorally wrong, a lot of the business. And that's sometimes how it's got to be. You know, if Arteta's too nice when it comes to meetings and trying to get a deal done, it's not going to get done, you know. What is the cutoff point for Arteta? You know, if you don't start to see something going off in the first 5 games, then he's going to struggle, isn't he? He's going to struggle. Haven't heard from the real Devan. That's interesting. We're going to have to sort that out. Maybe change your name, Devan, for the next one if you can, or something like that. And then we'll sort it out. We can block the other one. But I have blocked 1 Devan, so we need to sort that out. Martin Hall, I want to see at least 6 outgoings before we sign anyone. We just can't get rid of anyone, though, Martin. You know, Lacazette might go for 15 million. Who else is going to go? You know, I said Aouar and Basuma. Okay. Fran, me personally, I'd go for all out for Danny Elmo. Good player. What a player. Mr. PK has put, what do you think about this Martinez from Interlinks? No chance, in my opinion. That's interesting. For me, I don't think we've got a chance. But second of all, he's not a prolific goal scorer. So if you're going to spend a fortune, I can't remember what the rumors were. Some people were saying, 60, 70s maybe. For, you might get 15 goals. I'm not sure that's worth that money, I just think when it comes to goals, when you think about it, when you think about it, in hindsight, Harry Kane might get you 30 goals. I'm talking 130 million. So 30 goals, half that, 15 goals, half the fee. It's about right, isn't it? When you think about it, it's about right. So yeah, it's about right. Well, I've just put that. So maybe 70 million is 15 goals, and 7 goals is 35 million. I think there's a major inflation in football. It's ridiculous at the moment. It really is ridiculous. Fans in the stadium will crucify Arteta if it goes wrong. It really will. Go for Barella, 80 mil. That's a big steep again, isn't it? Bruno got Gamarez from Leon. He's better than Locatelli. Hit the likes, people. Yeah, I always mention that hit like. I don't like to throw nothing on you. As you know, I like to keep it. You do as you wish. Don't want to force you. But hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, and sharing always helps us build this community. The bigger that we get, obviously, the more problems that we're going to get, especially when people like Devon are getting blocked or impersonated, should I say so? But let's build it. Let's keep going. Let's get to 1,000, and then we are rolling. But lots of players that are available. Out there. But like always, they've got to fit the profile. They've got to fit the way that Arteta wants to play. They've got to fit the Arsenal mold. Arteta has clearly been told that he can. That he has got the backing of the owners. They are clearly respecting the way that he wants to go down the philosophy. He's gone in with a great speech. He's gone in with a great plan. He's probably gone in with his journal and said, this is how I want Arsenal to be. This is the business model that I want to go. I'll be able to save you 150 million a season, Stan. Don't you worry about that. But this is what I need. I need to build from here. And so far in the market, he has gone for those types of players that if Leicester would have signed 3 years ago and then he'd gone on to do something, we would have been saying, oh, the scouting's great. Why don't we, the scouting's great. Why don't we do what Leicester doing? Now, potentially, we are trying to do that. We've brought Lokonga in. We've brought Tavares in. We've brought White in, even though White's obviously a lot of money. So we are going down that road, So we've got to kind of be patient at times. Buenos Aires has put Martinez is more of a centre forward than striker, but we don't need him. Give proper chance to Martinelli and Balogun. Yeah, I think Martinelli will get you 10 goals, won't he, if you trust in him. Daichi Kamara, Kameda from Frankfurt is a great cam, around 30 million. I think, when it comes to cams, you don't really need to spend ridiculous, and you can go and get someone who no one really heard of or was doing okay in a Dutch league, a Bundesliga, Ligue 1, even someone in the bottom half of La Liga. You can go and get someone who's a holding midfielder who can spray the ball, because technically they are a lot better than the English players. That's why we don't have a lot of cams. We had a Kelvin Phillips that everyone raves about. He's our best one who holds it and sprays passes. We don't have a Gerrard no more, players like that. We don't have a Scholes no more. We don't produce players like that no more. Kind of gone out the window, whereas foreign players, they're very good. So you could pick up one for a 30 million. It's a good point. One silver lining, folks. Chris is saying if we really spend big money this season and the players fail to perform, at least the club will be less interested to the Kroenkes as a business. Yeah, you could see it like that. But then how do you get rid of the players as well? And Nick's put, you read too fast, mate. I said I'd take Aouar or Basuma and Ødegaard. Sorry. I'm in the mix. People know I'm in the mix. I'm just high on life. I'm in the mix. So forgive me if I read too quick, because I do try and get through everyone's comments. That's not going to be able to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. Cockray from Leon's a gem. Rayo 28, thanks for popping in. First time I've noticed it, so thanks for the comment. He's put, I would rather go for Bernardo Silva than Ødegaard if we can get Maddison. That's a good point. I think kind of people are sleeping on the Bernardo Silva one, because apparently he'd go for 50 million, and if Ødegaard's going to be around 35, 40, then Silva, there's probably no sell on. There's probably we can't really make any money on Silva. But if you're looking for someone who's going to instantly come in and help us, then good signing. Ashton's put Pereira, absolute baller, deep line playmaker. Al-Jaffe, Tillemans, both good players. Al-Jaffe, Ashton, I like what I saw in the Euros from him. He looked mad technical. Yeah, good player. Good player. In Copa America, Pereira's proper. Fran, thoughts on Lokonga on what you've seen so far? Not bad. I think he's not bad. I've got to admit, Premier League's going to be very different. What I have seen a lot of people at the moment of, excuse me, going to have to take a breather and a bit of water. What I have seen at the moment, people are looking very deep into the pre-season performances. I don't know whether they're just doing that because they've got nothing else to speak about on their channels. But pre-season, I can tell you from experience, I hated every pre-season. I did 12, 13, 14 of them. Absolutely horrible. And they just get your fitness and they just start to click players together who are unfamiliar, new signings. But as results go, honestly, centre forwards do need to score. It builds confidence. But as results go, honestly, do not look into it. Honestly, do not look into it. I remember, when we was at I was at Peterborough. I think we won probably like 9 out of our 10 preseason games, and then we lost the first 5 league games. It was a nightmare. So don't really look into that. Look into competition. But if Lokonga, the problem is with the players that we've brought in is they're going to be under serious pressure straight away, and it's unfair because the likes of Aubameyang and the likes of Partey should be taking the pressure more than the new signings. But I feel that the way that we are as a fan base at times, we could go straight into the new players, which is maybe a little bit harsh, but it's part of the game. Part of the game. You get booed. I got booed many a times. Don't worry about it. It's something that happens in football. Mud Buddha's put his service to Andre Silva was great. Plus, he can pick up some goals. Yeah, Silva would be awesome. I love the comeback. Obviously, so someone in the chat, is that right? Ashton, he's a great player. 28, great player. Big up, Fran. We are linked with Bruno Guimaraes from Lyon. Goal Brazil says we started talks with him. Don't know a lot about him. Actually, you know what? I only know slightly a bit about the French league, and I like the French league because a lot of those players are built for the Premier League. So it'll be interesting. Does Aubameyang pre-season form concern you? It does because he's a centre forward, and centre forward needs goals for confidence. He's a confidence player. The creme de la creme, don't worry about confidence. You're never going to see Ronaldo say he worries about confidence. You're never going to see Messi about confidence. You're never going to see Zidane at the time, R9, Neymar. You're not going to, these players are not going to say they suffer from confidence because they're the elite. Kobe Bryant, I remember one time, God bless him, great interview from his trainer, the best trainer, one of the best trainers in the world. And he was saying that Kobe never suffered from confidence because he said the best never suffer from confidence. He said it was just form. Aubameyang, for me, is confidence because he's not that elite. So it is a concern. Taking a swig from the petrol can, yeah. You know why I've got this? Because apparently you're supposed to have a gallon of water a day. And if you've ever tried filling up cups of water or glasses to have a gallon a day, it feels like you're just drinking forever. Whereas 2 of these is a gallon a day. So there you go, people. 2 of these is a gallon a day. When we bring a little athlete line out, we'll bring these out so everyone makes sure they get the gallon of water a day. Because remember, the body is probably about 90% water. That's what we need, everyone. That's what Chris has put, the old petrol can. I'm not kidding no more, getting on the petrol. Jake's put, if he nets a couple, I think it will open the gates. We need 20 plus from Abba. Listen, we need 20 plus. And like you say, I think opening the gates is a good term. Once you get, it's like buses, isn't it? They always say the old saying, you wait forever and then 2 come along. That's the same with goals. Jonathan's put, yes, we need to stop hyping him up. Let him grow at his own pace. Agreed. Martin's put, Abba is a showman. I think when the fans are back in the grounds, he will be firing again. Don't write him off, people. He deserves backing. You make a good point. Some players, everyone, is... I was a player that I used to freeze. My biggest problem through my career, because I should have played higher. Everyone bought some managers better that I played for England. Everyone thought I should have got a Prem. When a couple of the players out of my team went to Spurs, they thought my youth team at the time. And my biggest problem was fear. I let the occasion, the fans, the pressure get in the way of me stopping trying the megs, trying the audacity. As I got older, I got used to it and I got used to trying things, but it took me till about 25, 26. So fear for the ground and the fear for me was a problem. When the ground weren't there, when the fans weren't there and I was in training, I was the best trainer. Managers couldn't believe what I was doing in training, why I couldn't do it on the pitch. However, there's also reverse with players. Eden Hazard, for example, worst trainer going in the world, but when the fans were there, he loved it, and that could be a good point about Aubameyang. That's what Martin said. He may be a showman. He wants to get his Black Panther mask on and wants to do all that. So maybe, and that's why we seen last season a lot of players just completely go off the boil because there was no atmosphere in the ground. Yatsport, this season would replace Laka for Abba in the first 11. Interesting. Do you get through a gallon a day? Yeah. So I get through a gallon a day. Yeah. I do now. So yeah, make sure you try and get it down. Yeah. I'm not going to quit on Abba. No, we can't quit. Come on now. That's bad. We've got to stick with him. You played with Digger, aka Simon Davis. He was posh Ødegaard. Yeah. So when Digger, Simon Davis, and Matthew Emerton went to Spurs, there was apparently interest that there was me and someone else who were interested. Them, Newcastle, even Arsenal at the time. But rumours are rumours, as you know. Tony's put, do you think our best front three would be Pepe, Abba, and Martinelli to start the season? I think the front three that's going to start is going to be Saka, Abba, and Pepe. That's what I think. I think Martinelli will be a bit player again. Relax on Abba. He will come good. Trust me. I really do hope so. I really do hope so, people. That I really do hope. I think as a fan base, we've got to give these people support. That's what we're about. We support each other in the group, in wherever we are, in the workplace, not all the time, your family. And I know sometimes football drives us crazy and we shout and we think it's a lot easier than it is. We're all the best footballers when we're on this side of the screen or we're sat on our sofa or we're typing on Twitter or whatever. But trust me, having been played, it's a very, very hard game to play at the level and be consistent week in, week out at that level. And more importantly, to remain motivated when you're that wealthy and you're that playing at that higher level. To remain motivated is very, very hard. We all know what it's like when we get a few quid in our back pocket and we kind of take a foot off of gas. Imagine being on 100, 200, 300 grand a week. You get very comfortable. So I think we've just got to support the players. We've got to support Arteta at the moment. Don't get me wrong. If we're not progressing, if the style of play is not what he wants to play, he's got to go because he's not going to change his philosophy. He's really not going to change his philosophy. I can tell you that. So for me, I think we just need to back him at the moment and we need to come away from this negative stuff that we see on the internet a lot of the time at the moment. And then we go from there. Nick's put, what do you think about Aaron Ramsdale rumors? Especially, I think he's overrated and overpriced. Sam Johnson is far better option, in my opinion. Now, this is one that I have to agree with everyone. Johnston is better than Ramsdale. I have to agree with that. He's better than Ramsdale. So I think we should just go for him. Abdullah Dinaz put, big up from Malaysia. Love it when we go global. Really do. There's a lot of people from overseas as well. Found you through Curtis, good friend of mine. Stayed for more great content from you. Hit the like button. Really do appreciate it. I've got to say it, new people on the chat, this is not the normal camera. My camera broke and we're having to use the Mac. So my apologies. Most people think it's all right, but I'm not a fan of it. That was put, Fran, this is a real one. Make me a mod so I can block the other one. How are we gonna know right? So this is the real one. This is the real one. Okay, Frank, make mods. It'll make your life easier. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm really gonna do it. So just bear with me. I'll do it when we come out of this stream. I can't remember even how you do it, to be honest. But I'll do it if there's a quick reminder where I can do it on here, but I can't remember how you do it. Let's just check that. Make sure we've got standby on there. So yeah, let me know, Devon. The keeper is a worry. No good spending big on an outfield if we got a crap keeper. Very true. Don't matter who you got in goal. Ashton's put the real Devan is back. I didn't comment, but I was still watching. Good. Fran, make me a mods. It will make life easier. Yeah, I think I will. Abdullah's put to remain motivated when you are that rich. That says a lot. Just look at McGregor. It's got to be tough. I've got to admit, it must be very, very hard. Even though you love the game, when, for example, if you know, even if you're on 10, 15, 20, 30 grand a week, like I say, I know some players who are on 50, 100, 110, and I speak to them still, and it's very hard. It's very hard when they're not playing, or the manager falls out of them, or the manager ignores them in training, or ignores them in the dressing room. It's very hard for them to go home into this big house with probably no money problems, hopefully, if they're not gambling or whatever people do, with the best cars and a beautiful wife and their kids, to next day say, you know what, I'm just going to knuckle down and I'm going to show that manager. That must be very hard, I've got to admit, especially younger. As you get older, you understand it works different. But as you get older, as you're younger, that must be very, very hard. Gotta. Watching and likes are up today. Excellent. I know we've got 46. We've got the likes up today. I know we had a crazy stream the other day, 150, but this honestly it don't work unless it's you. And I know it sounds corny, and I know you're probably thinking, oh, he's just saying that. Honestly, I'm not. I absolutely love the community, the world that we're in now. We don't have a lot of people out there that we can go and see, or even mix with people, because unfortunately the world that we live in, and sometimes friends are so negative in what we're trying to do in life, sometimes you have to leave them behind, and family members, as sad as that may seem, whereas everyone's positive in the group, and that's what we like. I mean, we'll have negativity. We know we're going to have negativity as we grow people, but that's life. We just water off a duck's back, and we thank them for taking the time out to even view, come along and join our community. Ash Aston, you can make me a mod. Yeah, I will. You know, if there's any couple of other people that want to get in mods as well, I don't actually know how you do it on here, because I didn't even know we'd have to do it that quick. So I'll look it up, and then next time we're in the chat, I'll make sure that you are mods. No doubt about that. So we've been going for an hour, everyone. So I'm going to bang on another 3 minutes as you do. Like I said, unfortunately, tomorrow, it's unfortunately for the YouTube and the community, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow. Fortunately for her, it's her birthday. So we've got to make sure that the day is all about the wife tomorrow. And obviously, I will make sure that on Saturday, our cam is fully charged, because normally it charges through the computer, which is a little bit annoying. We've never had that problem before. So my apologies once again. Johnson won't play second fiddle to Leno. Yeah, true. He might not want to come and be second. To all the Gooners, how optimistic is everybody in getting the signings before the window closes? Interesting. How many signings do you think we're going to get before the window? Bear in mind, remember, the window closes in the season. So in the beginning of the season, it doesn't close before the first game of the season. It gives people an opportunity, I think a couple of weeks or whatever it is. Can't remember the exact date, because they change it each year, to get players in. So transfer deadline day this year could be very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Lax Talks has put mods for what? So obviously what you get, I didn't really know until I obviously started YouTube. You can get people to moderate the chat for you. So when you do your YouTube, so if anyone's coming in here and it's wrong, or they say offensive, or they're trying to clickbait or sell a product or anything like that, they get blocked, which really helps the chat, because you can't keep on top of it once you get a lot of people in the chat. So that's what that is. Fran, who is better, Lucas Moura or Martinelli? Different stages in the career, so you've got to say Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura, I really rate. I've really liked Lucas Moura. Consistency, he's not up there, but he's done really well for the Spuds, I've got to be honest. Not very optimistic. I will make 2 signings before the window closes, Cam and goalkeeper. I mean, if we only get a goalkeeper, then that's a problem. Chris has think Leno is pushing for a move back to Germany. Yeah, he's made it pretty clear that he really wants to go, doesn't he? Without kind of ruffling any feathers. You nasty. I think we didn't try hard to keep the Aston Villa goalkeeper. He made it pretty clear that he wanted to go, wanted to play. We didn't really have faith in him, and it's cost us. Also, I think it costs us in the Buendia signing as well. Have a great day on Friday for your wife's birthday. Just watch out for the forecast of stormy weather. Yeah, that's just the way it works, isn't it? But we're blessed. And you know what? I like the rain at times. It's a blessing, so we can't look at it that bad. Cedric Chambers, Miles at right back. Who starts against Brentford? I think he's going to start Chambers. Maitland-Niles is a good player, but I just don't. He's one of those who's a jack of all trades, isn't he? He's probably he's okay in every position. FX put don't mind underratings in my opinion. I'm a mod in few 10k Discord surfers, but not asking as I've only arrived. Okay. Also, yeah, I've seen Discord as well. That I'm in a couple of Discord groups for my trading. Obviously, as people in the chat know or don't know, I trade cryptocurrencies. That's my job. As well as this and everything else, and the radio, but Discord is just once you get to a certain level on Discord, you need to change because they just don't really moderate it great. Obviously, sexism, racism, yeah, we need to get rid of that. Obviously, we don't want that in our society, do we? The Spud says, Martinelli got more to offer as of today. Yeah, I would say that, but I do like Lucas Moura. Hit the like, people. Really do appreciate it. We've just gone over an hour, so give me a couple of minutes and we're going to sign out, people. Martin's put, we will sign Ozil on deadline day. Oh, can you imagine? I'd love it. I would love it. And has put, makes no sense why we do not keep Matt Ryan. It's a strange one because I thought he did all right when he came in. Minimum, we need a goalkeeper, CDM, CM, Cam, but CDM might be Lokonga. I think they're looking at Lokonga as that. They really are. You're spot on about Martinez' influence, Buendia, 100%. Ashton, be excited. Ozil has already upset the Fenerbahce fans with his limp, disinterested performances. There's a perfect example of trying to stay motivated when you're a multimillionaire. Ozil. He has interest. So if you have other interests as you get older, away from your job, away from sports, whatever it may be, you're going to start to lean towards that. And when you have the money to do that, you're going to follow your passion. And he has other passions in front of football. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. I hated football towards the end of my career and actually fell out of love with football for about 4 or 5 years. And this has really brought me back in love with football. So again, it's thanks to the interaction. Have a great day tomorrow. Really appreciate it. Niggas, but if Bellerin leaves, surely we have to go for Max Aarons. I mean, I hope so. I really do. Chris just put, Kane wants to come. I dreamt last night. I think that's one Spurs player that we would happily take after, obviously, Campbell. Ozil has a long-term alignment. Yeah, he really has. He really has. He's got other interests, which you would just, you know what, for me, just come out and say you have only interest and you've lost motivation with the politics of football, because it can become like that. It really can. Right, that's what we will end on. Very insightful, great chat with everyone. Great numbers in the chat today. I really do appreciate it. We are growing. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. I'm going to go out for something to eat now with my wife and little one. And I will see you all Saturday. Make sure, great saying that I get through, obviously, another great book, if you want a book, Game Changers, and also Marcus Aurelius. Winners are performed on Fridays. So on your Fridays, make sure you plan your weekend, enjoy time with your family and friends, work on yourself, and I will see you on Saturday. Take care and much love from myself and my family. Big up, everyone, and I will see you soon. You take care.